You get the win. Congrats on that. Moving on the right side of the bracket here. But the way the game kind of started and the way it ended up going out, how did you feel your team was able to pull out such a victory?
Well, obviously, they hit the home run the first inning, which took a little momentum away from us and gave them momentum. But Allie pitched really well, even before she got the first two outs. And that girl just is a good hitter. She's a good player. She's on the senior all-star team, so. She got her hit, and outside of that, Allie didn't give up very much, pitched really well, defense played well, and we got some key hits at the right time.
Did it surprise you a little bit too? Because I don't know the exact number, but I think they only had maybe 5 total home runs as a team. Was it surprising that she was able to go so deep?
Right. I remember from Quick Stats they had 4 or 5 home runs. Not necessarily surprised me that she hit one, but there's no big surprises. I guess if they had hit 4 or 5 home runs, that'd have been a surprise. But yeah, I think they'd hit four on the season going into this game. So, but she got that one, and you got to give her credit.
And then what did you see maybe differently in Allie, or after that, where she was able to keep them, I think, to just 1 hit for the rest of the game?
Well, she threw well to the first 2 hitters, got 2 easy outs, and that girl just got her pitch evidently and hit it well. Allie didn't really do anything different or change anything. She was getting ahead in the count. She's getting a lot of strikes on the first pitch and getting ahead. When that happens, she's pretty effective because she has a good changeup and she can work that changeup in more. When you get behind in the count as a pitcher, if it's 1-0, 2-0, the changeup isn't quite as effective. But when she's ahead in the count, her changeup is good, and then she's throwing a little bit of a rise ball this year, and the changeup and the rise ball go really well together.
And then the offense for you as well kind of started slow a little bit there until it all kind of broke through. Did you feel it was coming? Did you feel they were starting to get to their pitcher?
Well, we'd like to think the top 5 in our order are all hitting over 300 and all got hits in the state tournament last year. We'd like to think they could hit anybody that we're going to see up here. But that doesn't always happen. Offense doesn't always click every night. And I knew we had girls capable of hitting that pitcher, but she threw well. She sort of tries to throw the same things Allie does. She tries to move the ball around, mix the changeup in. Allie's was a lot more effective today. I don't know how the Briley girl threw the rest of the season, but our offense, we got hits at the right time. The bottom part of our order, we had 2 hits at the number 6 spot. We had a hit at the number 7 spot, and we had 2 walks, I believe, at the number 9 spot. So the bottom part of our order got on base, and that really helps too. I mean, when the bottom part of your order gets on, and you've got a good 5 hitters on the top of the order, you're usually going to score some runs.
And then with that too, you're able to kind of build that cushion to build that lead. How much more comfortable did you feel heading into obviously the top of the 7th with a nice 4-run lead?
Well, 5-1 sure is a lot more comfortable for any coach than 3-1. You're up 3-1 going to that last inning. All it takes is a runner gets on base, somebody hits another home run, and the game's tied. Keokuk went through that in the regional final, and they understand what I'm talking about. So 5-1, it's not like you can ever relax, but it sure makes it easier for the defense and the pitcher, knowing you got to get just 3 outs. It doesn't matter if somebody gets on base, which no one did in that 7th inning for them, but if someone gets on, it's not a big deal. If you're ahead by 1 or 2 runs, a runner getting on creates a little more pressure.
And then this sort of breaks, I was saying to Sarah, this sort of breaks that close game streak you kind of had going, where you had the regional final, obviously was close, and Davenport was just a 2-run game. And that one, how much better does it feel that you're not stuck to having a bunch of close games back and forth?
Well, yeah, it's a lot easier on coaches to not have to sweat until the very last out. We have 11 losses this year, and 9 of them were by 1 run. So we've had a lot of close games. And so it's nice to not have a close game. It's nice to win when you don't have a close game.
And then obviously a potential close game could be against Oskaloosa if they were able to advance here. Obviously, and then Perry, a team you haven't seen. I guess the plan is just to kind of watch this game and then see what you can see.
Right. We did play Oskaloosa there in the middle of the season. They did not throw their best pitcher against us, so that you can't really go by anything that happened in that game. We played Oski each of the last 3 years in the regionals, either the semifinals or finals, and so we're familiar with their players. And we did get to see them at their tournament, like I said, in the middle of the season. We know they've got some good hitters this year, girls that have been good hitters for a couple of years. We know Grote's a very good pitcher, and she's good enough to shut out anybody in the state. So we're going to have to, if Oski wins this game, we're going to have to play well to win. I have no idea about Perry, but I'm going to find out by watching this second game here.
And then lastly for you, obviously the rain adjusts the whole schedule. Kind of what was that day off like? I know the girls said they did some going shopping, explored the city. Kind of what's that day off like, and then adjusting to that schedule?
Well, for coaches, that day off is a pain in the rear end, and it actually is for the girls. The girls are ready to play yesterday, and you never know. Sitting around all day, it was raining all morning, and it sort of cleared off a little bit in the middle of the afternoon. And it's not like there's any really big, fancy shopping centers in Fort Dodge. Fort Dodge is a nice city, but they have a mall that's not very big. We probably spent 45 minutes there at the most. The girls wanted to move on to something else, and basically our highlights were eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We did go to an amusement park in the evening, and the girls did have a good time there. And they have sort of a nice amusement park out on the east edge of the city. But I think for everybody, sitting around in a tournament, getting rained out it's not ideal.
All right, well, looks like there shouldn't be any more of that rest of the week, but obviously high 90s too. So, well, thanks and congrats on the win.
Thank you.